So, what is a register? And no, a register is not the registration process. So, what is a register? A register is a variety of a language used for a particular purpose in a particular social situation. So, for example, if you're talking to a friend, you're more likely to use the informal register in order to socially relate to your friend. Whereas, if you're writing an essay to a teacher, you're more likely to use the formal register in order to get your message across in a way that's understandable, but not only that, precise and also concise. So generally speaking, a register can be defined by its lexical and grammatical features. So what this means is we can identify a register based on the words used and also the sentence structures used. So let's look back at the essay example. In an essay, you're more likely to use big words that are precise and also that are unambiguous. And also the sentence structures are generally going to be longer and more complex. So now I'm going to talk about what I call the formality scale. So a register can be classified from informal to formal. Informal is what we call intimate to the most formal, which is what we call frozen. So intimate is where you'd have a conversation between a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a partner, a close friend. Generally, you're going to use the informal register when you're talking to people who you know very well. Whereas the most formal register, which we call frozen, is generally text such as legalese or legal language, biblical quotations, the Bible, things of that nature that always stay the same. Now, smack bang in the middle, which is what we call consultative, is literally a conversation you may have between the doctor and yourself. So when you go to the doctors and you're sick, you're going to talk in a way that's not too formal but not too informal because you don't know the person that well. Now, how do we use register in your responses? So when writing your analytical commentary, you will need to be able to identify the register of the text. So you can use the terms we discussed in the previous slide in order to accurately describe the register of a text. So, generally speaking, most texts are not 100% formal. Examples of texts that are 100% formal are called frozen or static. For example, legalese or legal documents. So here's an example paragraph that you could use to describe the register. The register of this newspaper article featured in The Age is mainly formal, as proven by the formal lexical and syntactic features. However, the article does retain some features of informality by utilizing a casual style in order to socially relate to the audience. Now, what we described here is we said that it's mainly formal, however there are features of informality. Now, to the teachers and assessors, this shows that you have a high level of understanding of registers in that you've identified the text as being partly formal but also partly informal. So as I mentioned before, not all texts are 100% formal or 100% informal. Oftentimes they'll have little features of informality or formality. So this is where your knowledge comes in and make sure you identify the correct register.